All right, so today we are talking all about gifts for book lovers. So if you have a book lover in your life and you need some ideas for a good gift, keep watching. The first item we have up is a reading journal. What's really nice about this is literally anyone that is reading a lot of books could use one of these. I've found that it's really helpful, especially right after you finish reading a book, or in some cases, if it's a long book or one that's, you're reading over a long period of time, that taking notes it not only helpful for going back and reviewing, but also in the moment, it helps just kind of piece everything together. And of course, if you're reading a big series or something like the Cosmere, then taking notes is almost required to really wrap your head around everything that's going on. All right, so this next one may seem a little silly on the surface, but if you've ever been in a situation where your arms get so tired from holding a book that it makes it difficult to read, it's a real situation, it does happen, then you will get the idea behind this next gift. And that is a book couch, iPad, tablet stand, book holder, reading pillow, in bed at home, laptop rest cushion. It's a long title for it, but basically it's a pillow to set your book on while you read it. And honestly, this has not been on my radar, but now that I've seen it and looked at it, I kind of want one. So this next item I think is really cool. I love personalized books. I mean, give me a special edition, give me signed by the author, give me something that makes it unique. But sometimes you just have a regular old book, but you can still make it unique yourself. And that's where this comes in handy. So this is a customizable library book name stamp. And basically you can have, from the library of so-and-so, and some kind of cool graphic or something like that, and you can stamp your books with that so that each book is uniquely and personally yours. And so if you are loaning things out to friends or things like that, you can always guarantee that book will come home to you, hopefully, maybe. And if you want to get a little fancier than just a regular little stamp, you can actually get a custom-made embosser to do the same thing pretty much, where you can have from the library of any kind of graphic that you want in there, and then you can actually emboss the page with that, and it gives it such a fancy, elegant, kind of a higher quality, I would think, than a stamp. But that's just my personal opinion of the two. I want the embosser if anybody's out there shopping for me. And surprisingly, they're not that much more expensive than just a stamp, so there's that too. And sticking with the theme of personalizing your own library, your own collection, you can actually get an entire library kit for somebody. And this way they can really get into the whole lending out their books to friends and things like that. It's just something that makes it a little more fun, a little more, personable than just, handing somebody a book. I don't know, maybe it's just me. I'm a huge fan of the library. I love the whole library vibe and feel. So having something like this in your own personal collection where you can loan out books and stamp them and date them and all that kind of fun stuff. If you want to charge late fees, that is up to you though. So something that always increases the enjoyability of reading a book is the setting. Not the setting in the book, like the setting where you're at reading it. Setting the vibe, the ambiance to really get into a book. Personally, I like a rainy day or a long mountain view. You can't always get those really easily or on demand. What you can get is a candle, and they have a ton of different scents that are specifically made for book lovers. And if it wasn't obvious that I loved libraries, to this point, this should really drive it home, because the one I picked out was a library book lovers candle. So something like this could be a great gift for somebody that loves candles, loves reading, and just really, in my opinion, makes a great gift. Now, no gift list for a book lover would be complete without a Kindle on it. It is one of the best tools to have when it comes to trying to read more often. And I just love being able to have all my books with me all the time. And I typically use my phone a lot for reading, but it can be a little annoying trying to read a very big book on such a little screen. So something like a Kindle e-reader, especially the Paperwhites, make excellent gifts. Okay, so maybe they already have a Kindle e-reader or some other kind of tablet they read on. Well, then what do? Well, do they have something to hold that Kindle, or are they still doing it the old-fashioned way with their hands? And it may seem like the ultimate in laziness when it comes to things like this. But realistically, if you're reading a ton of books and you're reading books in bed and things like that, it can be awkward trying to find a good position. So if it was just hanging above your head, that might be a really big benefit. And they have a ton of different options. I like the look and feel of this one. It's got the clamp on it where you can mount it down either their tabletop or bed frame, something like that, and a pretty long arm to kind of position it anywhere you want to. So if you have somebody that reads on their Kindle nonstop, this might be a good gift idea. And to really just top out that Kindle reading experience, you need a remote control page turner. I didn't even know this was a thing until another booktuber told me about it. But yeah, you can have your Kindle sitting on a stand so you don't have to hold it, and a remote control so you don't have to turn the page. I mean, that's just the ultimate luxury when it comes to reading, in my opinion. And if you combine this with the tablet holder, then you really got a luxury tablet reading experience package for somebody. But let's not overcomplicate this. If you have somebody that loves books may be a good thing to get them. So what I would recommend is trying to find out what that person's favorite book is, and then getting them a special edition of it, either something signed or a limited run of it, or even just if they have the US version, give them the UK version. A lot of times the cover is vastly different on those, and it can be really nice to have two different versions up on the shelf. And no, if it's your favorite book, you can't have too many of them, so don't worry about that. And there's a couple different go-to places that I have to go when I'm looking for something really special as far as books go. The Broken Binding, it's really hard to beat their selection of signed and special edition books, especially the signed. They have a ton of signed copies. And if you're looking for something for a really special occasion, you can check out Folio Society. They have just some absolutely beautiful books. Some of them can get quite pricey, but they are very, very nice. But maybe they already have the books and they have no room left on their bookshelf. It is a real problem not having enough room, but you still want to get them some kind of special edition. There are places like Juniper Books where you can get just dust covers for books, either individual books or series of books. I really like the series of books dust covers they have, because they all kind of work together when they're on the shelf to create like a really cool image or something like that. And so if they already have the books and you still want to get them some kind of special edition, doing something like this through Juniper Books is a great idea. But don't be afraid to shop on the used market as well for special editions and signed books. A lot of times that's going to be the only place that you can find if you're looking for a specific book, one that's either signed or a special edition or something like that. If they're no longer for sale, either on the author's website or one of these special editions, there's usually someone out there that has one willing to sell it for a pretty good price. So I know I've done that in the past, gotten signed copies of books you couldn't find anywhere else, and getting them secondhand and used from online, either eBay or Pango Books, things like that. So don't be afraid to shop around on the used marketplace as well. Now, I will have links for everything down in the description. Those are affiliate links, so they will help out the channel a little bit if you do want to go check those out. And I personally am always looking for more gift ideas. So if you have one that I didn't mention, please put it down below in the comments and let me know, and we can build even bigger, better list of gift ideas. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.